Hey everyone, just wanted to welcome you all back to the channel. Maybe do an actual introduction with my face next to the lane. Right now, I'll be doing the Chichen Itza challenge pattern. It's not quite a sport pattern, it's just a challenge pattern. My intention is my first ever introduction to it. I've never bowled on it before, so I don't have a whole lot of expectations. I've done a little bit of reading, but not much, as to what to expect this pattern. I'll post what it actually looks like. Today is I'm just experimenting with the pattern. I'm going to be throwing my entire arsenal. I think my intention is to throw 10 or 12 releases per ball, just to sort of get a feel for the lane, see what the ball does on the lane, see what kind of track and line that I want to take, and see if I can at least be consistent once I have one. Probably going to be doing a follow-up video with the same pattern in a few days, but actually challenging myself, actually bowling a good set of games and seeing how well I do. So hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. Welcome everyone. Now that I'm all set up on the lanes, I'm using both lanes for this time, unlike my other practice videos where I was just on a single lane. So challenging myself a little bit today, different oil conditions, slight variance between the lanes. So again, the intention is to throw about 10 or 12 shots with each ball in the arsenal, sort of try to get a track, a line, see if I can stay on it, see what kind of the oil does in those 10 or 12 shots, and we'll go from there. So first shot here, I'm going to start with the Rotogrip Hyped Hybrid, basically by my benchmark. I'm pretty comfortable with it, so I'm going to start with my typical league line, and I'll adjust from there. So first ball, here we go. That actually wasn't really too far from my usual line. I am completely cold. That first ball was my first ball. I'm not warm in any way, shape, or form. So these first 3 or 4, I'm just getting my body back in line where I'm usually at. So all right, first line was okay. Make a little tiny adjustment and maybe increase my speed just a touch. Okay. Again, these are not proper games. These are just experimental balls. Basically fresh rack each throw. So we'll be switching lanes back and forth. Again, like I said, challenge myself a little bit, adjust the oil for each lane as it would be in regular competition type settings. So again, right now, looks like the line I usually take in league is about the line that is setting up for this. So same line, this lane, a little extra speed. And that was off balanced, but it worked out. All right, so same line as before. I'm gonna make a half board adjustment and see if it works out. Okay, didn't get it quite where I wanted. A little left of target, and it was an okay release, but again, left of target. All right, let's try this again. Half board adjustment. Okay, and so that's now I see the difference in the pattern in this one, what the difference in a challenge will do. Missed that one about 2 boards right, and obviously it stayed out there, didn't come back. So that's the difference between a league pattern and more of a challenge and a sport shot pattern. That if you miss your mark by really more than half a board to a board, you're going to see not great results. Half board adjustment. And I missed left. So missed left on lane 5 and missed right on lane 6. I've got a line in mind. I'm just not able to hit it. Try this again. Okay, that was better. That's exactly where I wanted it. Came in a little high, but that's basically where I wanted to put it. Looking at the speed numbers up here, I was about a half mile an hour slow on that one. So that may have been all the difference in that, where the line was good, the speed was just a little off. Try the same thing here, lane 5. Yes, again, keep missing left on that one. Let's do 2 more balls, I think, with the Hyped Hybrid. And then I'll move on to the next one in the line, which is the Ruby. See if I can hit my line this time. Okay, it's a little outside. And that's the sport shot, or the challenge shot, excuse me, on that. Again, missed right pretty badly, 3-ish boards overall, and it just didn't come back. The couple times recently that I've experienced a sport shot, that's basically how it goes. Final ball with the hyped hybrid, small little adjustment here. That's too far right. All right, so I know the track I was looking for with that one. I just couldn't hit it. That's all on me for that. We're moving on to the next ball. This is now the Tour Ruby. Gonna take my league pattern to start and see where it goes. Okay, that was just dead on. That was dead on my league pattern. Track that I usually take. All right, this is shot number 2 with the Tour Ruby. Again, I'm just going with the line that I usually bowl in league to go from there. Last ball was good, so. And that's a little bit right, but it covered. So that's all right. Happy with that. Looks like the deciding factor in that was that it was a touch slow than my usual ball. May have been the difference in that. Third ball. Okay, that's pretty good. Little inside, kind of to be expected. Feeling pretty good overall. Pretty comfortable. Get it? Nope. Little outside. Again, missing by, that was about a board and a half, maybe 2. Left lane. Missed it left a lot, like a lot. I think most of these shots are all on me. These are just misses straight on me. It's not like I'm not getting the pin action or anything. These are just misses. Not going to get away with misses and the challenge in the sport shots. Okay, that was a little bit better. Or not. Still missing inside a little bit. In the beginning, my misses were outside. Now my misses are inside. Since I can't seem to get it on the proper line that I'd like to just naturally, I'm just going to do it with change my feet and hopefully throw it the same way I've been throwing it. And the result works out. Little adjustment. Nope, so a little bit of oil change here. Again, these were very fresh lanes. And again, I threw right from the top. No warm up, no nothing, very cold. Not real happy where I am. Speed's been good, but I'm off my mark. I'm gonna make another adjustment with the feet. Try to make a little bit of adjustment with the line. That was too much, way too much. Okay, so it looks like the oil is sort of pushed out on the line, so I need to take a thinner track. I'm taking too deep of a track on this, so I need to thin it out a little bit. I'm gonna make about a 3-board adjustment with my feet and throw a little bit straighter of a ball. Basically, I think covering over in between the second and third arrow. Okay, that's a little bit better where I want it. But it sticks there. This is the big transition here, and I'm just not keeping up with it. Big adjustment to the right, a little bit straighter of a ball. Yeah, that was better. Okay, so again, 3 boards to the right, and a straighter ball. Looks like the ball's going over the third arrow, so that's where I want it. Okay, well, lane 6 is a little bit different than 5. Lane 6, I need even a straighter track on that. So this will be the last ball with the Tour Ruby. Adjustment right. That was too much, a little too far left. I'm going to go back to the hyped hybrid. Basically throw it on the same sort of line that I was with the Ruby, and the oil changes are throw this once or twice and see if that's what the lane transition does. Okay, it is. Oof, very unlucky on that one. Actually, it was a pretty good ball. One more ball on lane 6, same line. Okay, that is what it is. Moving to the Roto Grip TNT. This ball, a little bit stronger, a little bit more hook than the hyped hybrid and the Ruby. It's more continuous rather than angular, so it does grab a little bit earlier. So I'm going to make a minor 1-board adjustment left at my feet and throw a similar line that I was, but just have a little bit more left to right at the start. And that was just awful off the hands. Absolutely awful. I'm not going to count that one. That was just awful. Not the poorest shot I've thrown in quite a while. Again, I'm going to try to take the same line I just described and see if I can actually execute. Okay, so that grabs quite a bit more than the Ruby and the Hyped Hybrid, just because of the amount of surface on it. The Ruby and the Hyped Hybrid polished balls, I give a little bit of surface to them, take a little bit complete angularness of it. The TNT it grabs a lot earlier, so just because of the surface. Like I said, the Ruby and the Hyped Hybrid have about a 4,000 grit on it. The TNT has about 1,000, so it's going to grab earlier. Moving a couple more boards to the left. Okay, that's still not enough. Still grabs early, like I said, so I might have to move the camera with how much I'm moving left here. See if I can get one or two more. So another 2 more boards to the left. Okay, getting closer. Getting closer. And just make it 3 more boards to the left this time. Just make it interesting. Through the 3rd and 4th arrow. And that was right over the 4th. I'm not getting it far enough over. This is all on me. I'm just struggling to get a good line. If you haven't done a sport or challenge pattern before, if you've just done league oil, house oil, and then you go to one of these, it's a very humbling experience if you haven't experienced it before. Complete drop in average and everything. Okay, I got it out where I wanted, just too much. And it looks like I will need to move the camera. We're back, a little adjustment of the camera with how far I'm moving left. It's starting to get in the way. We're still with the TNT. This is throw number 7. Okay, move too much. I'm going to move about 2 boards back to the right, see if I can take that angle. Little miss. That was a good line, that was a good ball. I'm real happy with that one. One more ball, TNT. I'm going to go back to the Hyped Hybrid and see if the oil pattern is still where it was with that ball. Okay, that's just where I wanted it. Okay, that was perfect line. Exactly where I wanted it to be. It was perfect. Coming back to lane 5, I'm going to throw the Hyped Hybrid along that same sort of outside straighter line over the 3rd arrow and see if that continues to hold. Okay, that's held. So, next ball in the repertoire is the Motive Sky Raptor. It's got a little bit higher hook potential than my other balls you've just seen. It's specifically designed for heavier oil patterns. So I'm basically going to throw it where I did the TNT, and we'll see how it goes. It's an angular ball, so I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of back end movement to it. We'll see. I lost my balance real bad. Not good at all on that one. A lot of missing speed on that one, about half a mile an hour. That's all on me. Lost my balance real bad. I'm going to try it one more time. It did seem to move, from what I could tell. I was trying to catch my balance. It did about the same as the TNT. I don't think I got quite as far over as I would have liked. So we'll try that again here on lane 5. Okay, that was nicer. It's a pretty ball. I just got to say, rotates down the lane. Okay, same sort of line. Try to give it just a little bit extra on the speed. Okay, too far right. Speed was good. Increased the speed a little bit. That was good, but just got it too far right. Not so steep this time. That's a little bit better. It's a lot better. That is a nice ball. Like I said, I think that's about 13th or 14th throw with it. Like I said, just in warm up with league, I'll throw it once or twice if I've got enough time, kind of see what it does. But it's just a lot more movement that I like. But I'm liking it right now. It feels good off the hand, looks good. Let's see if I can hit that line again. It's a little too far right. I got away with it though. I like it. I gotta say, I like it. Just from the couple of throws here. The first one not counting since I lost so much balance, but the last 3 balls, 3 releases, very nice. It is pretty angular, a lot of back end movement, and it's getting through. Even in my little misses, it seems to still correct my misses. It's a little inside, and it shows. One was all on me. The ones before that were good. A few more with this ball. Yeah, that's about right where I want it. It worked out. Wasn't flush, but pretty close. It is right now. I think the Sky Raptor is going to be my ball in this pattern. Obviously, I didn't throw it in the beginning, and there wasn't any oil movement. I think I might be able to adjust to that. Yeah, it's a little miss on the inside, and again, it shows. Again, this is just a challenge pattern. It's got me a little worried about sport patterns and the PBA patterns, but got to challenge myself at some point. A couple more balls with the Sky Raptor. Like I said, I'm really liking this ball right now. Okay, that was better. Still not far enough. 5's got a little bit more hook than 6 does. Okay, so we'll try basically the same ball on 6. See if that stays. Okay, it's a little further right, but it's going to correct. Okay, that's understandable. I missed right. Okay, one more ball with it on 5. I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment with my feet. Seems like 5 is just grabbing a little bit earlier than 6 is. Not quite there. You make another little one board adjustment, I think. That should carry through. So 2 more balls, 1 each lane. Oh, pretty. Happy with that. Seems to be a good line on 6. Now I'll need to make an adjustment I'm going to make. There's a full 2 board difference between 5 and 6 if I get this where I want it. That's where I want it. Still not enough. So 2.5, maybe 3 board difference between 5 and 6 going on right now. So, but also not real balanced on that last shot. Okay, so final ball. This is the Motive Jackal Ambush. Like I've said again, I've got maybe 10 throws on it. Again, sort of throw it here and there. In league, it just has too much. And this one, similar to the TNT, it's got more surface on it. It's got more grit. So it's earlier, it's more continuous and not angular like the Sky Raptor. So I might have to throw this one quite a bit to see what happens. So see if my thoughts actually work well in execution. Okay, well, I was wrong with that. On the house pattern that we have here, whenever I throw that one, pretty much doesn't matter where I get it out to. It's coming through the head or almost Brooklyn. It's just not for the glider pattern. It's just got too much. And we'll try again. Not so deep of a line. Oof, that's super lucky. Try this again. 1 board adjustment from lane 5. Not quite enough. I'm actually hitting my line. The last, I want to say, maybe 8 or 9 balls. I've hit the line exactly where I wanted to. Again, I'm still experimenting with the balls, trying to find the line, but it's just good to know that I'm actually hitting the line I intend to take. I'm going to take this one just a little bit deeper. Okay, that's about right. Just a touch light, but the line was good. Happy with that one. And a little adjustment. Oh, that was weird off the hand. And of course it makes it perfect down the line. So last couple balls with the Jackal Ambush. I think I've got a decent line. Let's see if I can hit it. Okay, that was more the action I'm used to. That one grabbed a little early. So I hit the line that I wanted to take, it just grabbed a little bit too early. Like I said, the amount of surface on this, it's not quite as angular as the Sky Raptor, but there is quite a bit of movement to it. So I'm going to make an adjustment, thinking that it's going to do the same thing on lane 5. Okay, and it did exactly what I thought it would. Okay, I'm going to throw maybe 2 more with the ambush, and then I think I'm going to back to the ruby, throw it a couple times and see if that oil is still where it is, see if I haven't moved it. Same adjustment as 5 and 6. Okay, and it didn't come back quite as much as it did on 5, but it's still a good ball. Starting to hit my line a lot more consistently, or my intended line, so I'm happy with that. I was really struggling those first couple games. Not necessarily games, since I'm getting a full rack each ball, but struggling to hit my line in the first, I don't know, maybe 25 balls or so. Same spot on 5 I did last time. Okay. It's a good line on 5 now. Let's see if I can make that small adjustment on 6 and get the same result. Getting a little bit more comfortable right now with the pattern, and also with my release and balance right now. I think I've sort of settled in. It's too bad it's taken me 40, 45 balls to get there. Minor adjustment to 6. And there we go. Okay, so real happy with both the motive balls, both the Sky Wrap and the Kegel Ambush started to settle in. It's putting it right on the line that I wanted. Adjustments that I was making were paying off. I'm going to go back to the Storm IQ Core Ruby and sort of take that same outside line and see if I haven't moved the oil at all. Okay, there's been a little bit of movement, a little bit of oil movement, not much though. So I'm going to assume the same can be said with 6. I'm going to make about a 1 board adjustment, throw it with a little bit of inside out, still over the 3rd arrow, but a little inside out. Perfect. There has been a little bit of movement. 1 more ball on 5, same adjustment as I did on 6. Now I did want to comment before I throw this next ball that it's just me rolling on these lanes. I'm not competing with people that are throwing different lines. Maybe a person who's throwing a urethane, who's really moving the oil around. Hoping in time that I can maybe do that. For right now, this is just sort of a practice, exposure to this pattern. Last ball with the ruby. Okay, that was okay. The release was not perfect, but it was still pretty good. I think I probably would have gotten away with it in lead, but not so much here. The last ball that I'm going to throw, just to see what it does, is my buzzsaw. My 23, 24-year-old ball. It's got 1,400 games on it. I don't know exactly how many, but I bowled 2 leagues with it and practice for pretty good on 4 years. There's not a whole lot to it anyway, so I'm going to take an even straighter line than the ruby. I love that ball. I don't know what it is. I haven't changed the grips. Whatever the grips were on it when I got it, that's what they are. The grips, the inserts, are 24 years old. Okay. Hope you've enjoyed sort of my experimentation with it. Struggling a lot, and then I started to settle in, so we'll see how it goes. Breakdown, the part next. Welcome back to the house. Just a real quick breakdown of everything you've just seen. Nothing monumental. I acknowledge that I had some pretty serious troubles finding a line with the first 3 balls shown in the video. I need to come up with a drill to find a line quicker going forward. My releases were good overall. I was getting consistent revs and speed, and only a couple times did I actually lose my balance. So again, finding that line was the issue. As I record this, I have already filmed and bowled a follow-up attempt on the Chichen Itza pattern. However, I bowled that session with how I thought I did from this experimentation, rather than the data and the footage. I will be doing yet another session on the pattern with a better mindset and a better ball, I hope. The motive balls were the best on this pattern on paper, but I still need to take into consideration my issues finding a good line with those first 3 balls. Stay tuned for more of these patterns. I should be working on another soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Tap, out.